They'll start on the ground with Swift. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Brought down by Nazi Johnson.
But obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Mayfield's throw going into the hands of Williams. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. But Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football over 1,000 yards on the year. And he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020. 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1. There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught. A big play there for Detroit. 44 yards. But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it. And we saw evidence of that right there.
And we knew that they'd try to attack the secondary, but I'm not sure that we thought they'd do it right on the first drive of the game. But here they saw an opportunity, seized it, and it's a big play right off the bat.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Yeah, the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. 3rd and goal, option right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down, and Baker Mayfield gives way to his teammate in Oklahoma, kicker Austin Seibert. Seibert's kick is good. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. First and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets them set at their own 24. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Throwing on second and long. Corral. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. On third down, Corral. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On second and 9, Corral. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Able to hang on to the ball this time, and in the process picks up the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He had a minimal gain on first down. Now they stop him for no gain. What do you think, going in a different direction on 3rd down?
Could very well be. I'll guarantee he's asking for the ball 3rd time to try and make up for the first 2. But his QB might very well say, well, my man, maybe next series. Let's try someone up.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Tanner Connor, 26 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tackle the PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. taken at about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline, try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
There on the tackle, Amani Oruwariye.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 26 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. A give to Williams, running right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
I mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
And it's caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. Keelan Cole from 17 yards out. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get through it.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Mayfield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. That's taken on the 25. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Corral. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
On 3rd down, here's Corral. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
To throw again on second down, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Brandon Smith picks it off. And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. It's a room to maneuver. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Panthers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw it. And be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Down the sideline he goes. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, but it's going to be second down. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitz...
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from the 20. And the Panthers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
181 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now Mayfield into the hands of Williams across the formation. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Desperation time. Mayfield on fourth down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Corral. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed him off with that run.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And they're going to get the first out here as he's up to the 14. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he's got some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 34. 78 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. On now is Seibert for the Lion field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Play action, Corral. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Off play action. Here's Corral. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Corral yet again going to throw it. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Corral. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Well, Panthers season will press on as we say so long, everybody.